time when dinosaurs ruled the Earth, colossal giants that walked this planet long before we ever existed. These days, being able to see their reconstructed forms in a museum is already a privilege, but finding their forgotten remains, abandoned to the passage of time, is something even rarer. This fossil even looks like it might be pregnant. It could be worth millions, because here, among dust, broken glass, and empty rooms, this is the shop. It was abandoned completely. I found, as strange as it may seem, the shadows of an extinct empire. Is this real? The size of this turtle! We're still using Didi because we haven't gotten our driver's license yet, and we have to go 2 hours from Beijing, well, an hour and 50, an hour and 45 minutes from a hotel we have, to get to this amazing dinosaur museum that apparently even has real fossils. We've had an intense day of driving because we were at the Great Wall of China, 2 hours to the hotel, and now an hour and a half because we had to drop off our suitcases there. So, well, let's see what awaits us. My tired face. Well, maybe it doesn't show too much, but my tired face says it all. On top of all that, we might get there, and just like what happened to us at a 5-star hotel, which you're about to see, we drove 2 hours from Beijing for nothing because it was guarded by the police. I managed to discreetly film the police, who had parked right at the entrance to the abandoned place. Great start. Without a doubt, we started this trip off pretty badly. I mean, this is what Urbex is all about. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes badly, and you never know what the place is going to have in store for you. During the long trip to the abandoned place, a few questions kept running through my mind, like, will there be security? Will we be able to get it in? Or maybe we're making another trip for nothing? Questions you can only answer once you start exploring. We have to go in through here. Thanks to the fact that these walls have been knocked down by the force of the river, and check this out, that's an old cable car, and this is the descent from an attraction that was also abandoned. Everything has been left here on the mountain, but watch out for the power of the water that brought down this wall, and the museum is right over there, so let's go. The only viable way in was this one, and we knew that, being Westerners, we had caught the attention of the workers who were right at the entrance to the path. This increased the risk of someone possibly calling the police. This seems way too easy to me. Honestly, it just seems way too easy to be true. I don't know what to think about it. Could it really be this simple and straightforward after everything? Well, I guess it doesn't matter now, because we have finally arrived here at our destination. As you can see, right behind me are the bones of a dinosaur. I've been reading that the fossils are real. As for the bones, I honestly have no idea. We'll touch some of them later. Anyway, let me give you some context. I'm here, Jesus has already gone off to explore the rest of the museum, and I've stayed alone in this area. Let's see what we find, because there are some really interesting things, like this one right in front of me. Look, you'll notice I haven't put on the gloves. On this kind of exploration, it's actually better not to wear them, because if we get caught and they see us with gloves here in China, they'll think we're trying to steal something. So I'd rather not wear them here. But it's fine, it's not too dirty, and there's no mold either. And this thing I have here that you're seeing, look, I'm gonna turn down the light a bit. Look, pay attention, did you see that? It's soft, and that's because it was part of a costume. The teeth are super soft. It's really, really heavy. Someone would get inside here and welcome the kids and visitors to this museum. Here we can see what the latex costume would look like in motion. It was a real treat for the kids who visited this museum. It's a mess, but there are still quite a few things left, like these kinds of fossils over here. Check out this fossil right here. The display case is still intact, so this one is probably real, respected, and hasn't been broken. But over there, we have the fossil of a small winged dinosaur. I think it had wing. It's pretty wild that it has. I hope it was Jesus who did it. That it's been respected, not as much as in other places in Japan, and not as much as what we've seen at the 5-star hotel, but still, watch out. This place has become pretty well known in the world of urban exploration here in China. That that's also why it's so targeted. Is this real? Even though it's not a dinosaur, this was the fossil of a giant prehistoric sea turtle, a creature that roamed the Cretaceous seas, covering distances of more than 3,000 kilometers in just a month. I'm gonna call Jesus later so he can make some diagrams and you can see the dimensions. Comparing myself next to it because it's just insane. Behind us, we also have posters of the marine world. This could easily be about 2 meters tall. What a beast! And here's another fossil. This fossil even looks like it could be pregnant. I don't know if they're gonna be all real. I mean, I have my doubts because it's really strange that it's still here. I mean, if these fossils are real, they could be worth millions. God, this was a Thinosauropteryx, a small carnivorous theropod dinosaur covered in feather-like filaments. It lived in what is now China, but more than 120 million years ago. And its discovery helped demonstrate the evolutionary connection between dinosaurs and modern birds. Here, for example, we can see that something has been taken, probably something very valuable, just like in all these display cases over there. And here we have a family of small dinosaurs. These bones we see in the display case look like small theropod dinosaurs, the raptor type. Bipedal, agile, carnivorous animals with long tails and claws made for hunting. But nothing can compare when the king of predators makes his appearance, the Tyrannosaurus rex. The most imposing predator of the Cretaceous. A huge survival machine, fierce and legendary, now illuminated only by the light of the flashlight. I understand why it's the eternal symbol of the prehistoric beast. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to touch it. I think this is fake, obviously. Man, look, it's hard. But no. This can't be real, obviously. I mean, this is a replica. But it's still impressive to be in a museum. Right now, I don't know what the laws about entering abandoned places here in China, but I don't think they'd be too happy about it, especially the authorities, because they might think it's damaging the country's image. More fossils over here. These fossils belong to a type of aquatic reptile with a body and limbs adapted for swimming. Next to them, an Ichthyosaurus, another aquatic reptile with similar features but with a shape more like a crocodile. Accompanying the room, as you can see, are these fake stalagmites. And looking at the dinosaur from here, what a beast! This place has been known in China for quite a while, and I expected it to be in even worse shape. But actually, it's pretty good. Jesus went to the right. I think he's over there. Let's go check out this room. This one has more small fossils. Wow. Oh no, this is the shop. But look, it was completely abandoned because they still have the boxes here that... Also, check out a bit of the situation here with... I don't know if you can hear it in the background. It's playing. Some voices, and I mean, they really haven't respected the place at all. They've stolen everything they could. In the end, it's kind of like in Europe. And it surprises me because I thought in China people were more careful and respectful about this. Here's some keys, probably ones that would open some of the display cases too. But anyway, listen. I mean, I'm calm because the doors are wide open. If someone comes in, I'm sorry, everything was already open. Whoa, salt lamps. Wait, these are salt lamps. Look. Oh no, they're not lamps. They're just the stones themselves. The salt stones that are used for lamps or for decoration. They're good for warding off bad energy, by the way. Hey, that's interesting. And it's full. No one has taken these. It's all full of these little lamps. Up on the top shelf, as we can see, they had necklaces, probably made from this kind of material. Some different crystals and, well, there might be lapis lazuli and all kinds of stones like that. They're really superstitious here. I mean, in China, when it comes to energy, stones, candles, incense, The respect they have for those kinds of rituals is incredible. Even though it's one of the world's leading powers, if not the leading one, in China they still respect the most ancient traditions, making an effort to maintain harmony with everything around them. And it's invisible to the human eye. I have to tell you, the best is yet to come because I've seen photos of a room full of dinosaurs. So right now, I feel like a little kid dying to find that room. I don't know what this is. I guess it was to put bracelets in here or something. I'm not sure. They even took photos, from what I can see here in the museum, but I think the background is fake, and they would give this as a souvenir. But they even have the eyeglass cases, which, by the way, I saw one around here. I knew I had seen it somewhere. I mean, the whole store was left just as it was, with everything inside. Which other glasses? But something's slipping past me here. I mean, what is a store that sells glasses doing in a dinosaur museum? I'm really missing some here. I don't quite get it. I don't understand this. Glasses and the bracelets and necklaces, I can kinda understand, but glasses, that's odd. From what I can see, you have to be careful with the ceiling because pieces have fallen down. Since it's made of plaster and time has passed without any care, everything's fallen apart. I have no idea about the history of this place. I think it's been closed for more than 15 years, and honestly, it's held up pretty well for 15 years. With the whole store and everything still here. I mean, it's been looted, but this place was pretty well known, at least here in China. In 2015, it was still listed as a visitable attraction within the tourist complex it belongs to, but 2020, the year of the famous virus, was the final blow that left the museum forgotten. Alright, I think it's time to look for the top dinosaur room. But honestly, this one already leaves me speechless. Incredible. And there we have Jesus. I'm gonna keep going this way. Right? Whoa, look at this hallway we've got here. With stained glass windows. With all the leaves that must have been here. Green plants, now they're all dead. And this reception area. Maybe they also sold glasses. Who knows? I think we need to go upstairs or something. Ah, this way. There's stairs here. Locked. Alright, I'm going up. I left Jesus downstairs. I'm going this way. I hope I don't run into anyone. Look. I'm a little scared. I don't know why, but I'm a bit scared. Here's a piece of. Whoa, this is heavy. I swear, this looks like a real bone. Look. I mean, no, it can't be. But it's really heavy. It's not a light material, I don't know, like what was downstairs. Wow, I don't think it's real. Ugh, that couch gives me the creeps. Well, let's keep going up and see. Look, there's a camera over there. That just scared me, but it's turned around. So, I guess this place really is totally out of service. What's here? Let's see. Bathrooms. And more bathrooms. So it must be through, whoa, the darkest hallway. Wow, are you seeing that? Wow, over here too. No. I promise you, it's kinda scary. Like, Jesus stayed on the ground floor and I'm on the third. Completely alone and in the dark in this place. Oh my god, this is amazing. I can't believe it. I promise you, I'm excited. I can't believe I'm in a place like this, abandoned, in a museum. This might be one of... Look, I have a lot of dreams and goals in life, in the world of exploration, of finding places, but an abandoned dinosaur museum is just something so wild. Oh my god, incredible. But I'm telling you, if I turn off the light, this is what you see. I'm in complete darkness. It's impressive to look at. Man, I need Jesus here to get some shots of me so you can see what I'm talking about with the scale. Well, anyway, I have a tripod. I'm gonna try to set myself up here. I was completely alone in this room full of dinosaur skeletons where the only light was from my flashlight. Among beings that ruled the Earth millions of years ago, I felt really tiny. And I also felt that time spares no one. Let's keep going because honestly here, between holding the light in one hand and the camera in the other, I can't translate what it says. Well, here it does say, Colodonta antiquatrife. Well, I don't know, it had a huge horn here. Not very practical for eating and all that. I don't know, I guess it used it for defense. Impressive, huh? Here, they've taken the head off. Notice that, in the end, the same thing happens as in European cities. Just so others don't have the photo, they remove the heads and do this kind of senseless vandalism. But anyway, honestly, for me, just showing you the place is enough. Wow, this one's huge. Wow, what a weird head, huh? It even looks like a meme. It looks like that meme of, except with these horns. But look at that smile. Don't tell me it doesn't look like the meme. And well, the images in the background, which I'm not even paying attention to, but everything is painted with these dinosaurs. Look, there's the T-Rex dinosaur. By the way, tomorrow we're going to Universal Studios and there's a Jurassic Park area. It's really curious to be here now, surrounded by dinosaurs. And tomorrow to be in a place that's going to be packed with people. And that's how it was. To this day, I consider this attraction the most immersive one I've experienced so far. At Universal Studios Shanghai, the pictures just don't do it justice. These contrasts we experience, going from abandoned places to open theme parks, it's just amazing, honestly. Look, you can see the other room over there. Jesus must be about to show up, I guess. This is kind of creepy. No, he's not here. If he's gonna try to scare me, I swear I'll let you know, okay? So here, 0 scares, don't worry. You can relax. Wow, how cute. But look at those legs. They're huge compared to the body. And this, does it look like a broken piano to you? I mean, look at this. How interesting. Check this out. Those little bones under the tail are called chevrons or hemolarches. They protected important blood vessels and served as anchor points for the tail muscles. They were key for the dinosaur's balance. I don't think it had little bones hanging down. There are a lot more here. Wow, this is wild, huh? I still can't believe I'm actually here. Honestly, with how badly the trip started, I thought everything was going to be a fail, that it would be closed or guarded, but it was wide open. Well, they've taken the head off this one too. Seriously, what a shame, huh? And that one too. They've taken the heads off all of them here so people can't take pictures, except for that one over there. I don't know where Jesus is, man. I'm gonna look for him. I don't know what else we have left around here. I know there are parks and circuits for kids outside, but of course, going outside might be a bit risky, you know? A bit obvious. Alright, I'm gonna go down. It's just weird that I can't hear him. Has he stayed downstairs the whole time? Shit. Damn, I heard clear footsteps coming toward me. Nervous, I stopped recording, and soon after, a man walked through the ground floor who luckily didn't see me. He looked homeless, but maybe he was an explorer. I quickly went to get Jesus and we continued exploring. Alright, we're leaving now. That was a scare. I don't know, the guy left. Let's go upstairs. We also have to say they could be explorers. Wow, there's light coming in there. What's in here? Let's see. Jesus is gonna freak out. What? Look. Stand next to the dinosaur so people can see the sizes. I mean the size. In this one it's small, huh? But there's another room next to it, huh? And amazed. Look, come here, it's better, come. Ready. Look, did you see how amazing that is? Look, it's whole, huh? Wow, with that light, it's much better. Ah, that's crazy, huh? Brutal. Look, this is what I was telling you about before, so you can see the scale on this little dinosaur, which is small, but look at the legs it has. Attention, and of course, Jesus told me this is a velociraptor. Check out my hand and the size of its stride. Just look, for running. And, well, also for tearing things apart, of course. Although, I think it probably tore more with its front claws. This one maybe was for stabbing, right? And here, with this one, it was used... With these claws, it would tear things apart. And, well, then we have this one, where they've removed some of the heads. Like I said before, they've taken them off, for whatever reason it seems to us. And also so that not everyone has the same photo here, too. The hand. What a hand, huh? Listen, even the pinky finger is... I don't know, I'm gonna get closer now. Yeah, so you can see the difference in the hand. Brutal. I would have loved if they had the vegetarian dinosaur we like so much, the one with the little beak, at real size. Ah, the Diplodocus, right? Diplodocus. I would have loved to see it. I'm gonna show you the supports, all the stones here, like these ones. See these little holes? They're speakers. So these are speakers, so everything would be set up with the sounds you hear here from back in the day. From ancient times? I don't know. Or maybe they also talked and explained what kind of things were here. There's another rock over there in the back. Look, there's the hairstyle. Is that really the hairstyle you're going with? Yes. But wait, what exactly is that? Visisterata. Exactly. And here we are. Exactly. Could it be? Yes. And look, here we have Yurdas. It seems so. Yes, the predator. But I think he was a herbivore. And then, right here, just take a look at the massive size of this thing. That is weird, huh? But these really look real. Can you imagine if these are summer bones? Maybe they're made of plaster. But they're heavy, you know? I mean, it's not just any material. Look, this one really does look real. But no, this one isn't heavy at all. We decided to go to the floor below, but something puts us on alert. I saved the SD card and swapped it out because basically we're hearing voices downstairs. If I think about it, it could be other explorers, but I don't know. But hemos escuchado voces. No saben. Sounds like they're moving things around. Well, if that's the case, they don't know we're here. It's on the floor. Right there on the main store floor. And that is absolutely all there is to it. The tension was at its peak. We didn't know who we might run into or what their intentions were. It was possible that it was the man I saw earlier, and maybe he was trying to take something, so we had to be careful. Listen. Ugh. The door made such a loud bang. I am really curious to know what exactly those people over there are discussing so intensely at this very moment. It completely startled me. After a good while checking the whole ground floor, strangely enough, we didn't see anyone, so we decided to keep going. I'm going in here since the door's open. Stay here so you can show the size of the place. I'll stay out here. Wow, it's as big as a person. Or even bigger. Imagine how much it must weigh since it's all shell and bone. Pocinas and patrols. Now these are truly impressive and magnificent trophies, wouldn't you agree? Wow, I really find myself wondering exactly what they could have used this for in a dinosaur museum, especially since there is not even a single restaurant located anywhere inside this building. Now my footprints are there and I'm an accomplice to the crime. Look, a little dinosaur figurine. Okay, we've checked and there's no one here. I don't get what that noise was earlier. Seriously, we heard voices really clearly. I'm sure they were picked up on camera. There's no one here. Let's keep going, come on. Let's keep seeing what else is around here. Well, it's not like, I'm gonna peek over here. Everything's open anyway. Wow. Look, there are more dinosaurs over there, the Diplodocuses. It's so hot. What's going on here? We have to be careful because cars go by. I'm scared to go out too far because the road is right there, and if a police car happens to drive by, it's over. Being outside, the risk of being seen by someone made me go back inside the building, down a hallway I hadn't seen yet. Here. Yeah, people have lived here, you know? Can you imagine if someone comes out? Open? I don't know. What if someone comes? Everything's red. Yeah, nothing dies here. But everything's open everywhere. See? No, come on, let's go outside. Everything's open everywhere. The rest of the rooms were either empty or all messed up like this one. We decided to go outside and head to a new area that also belonged to the museum grounds. Wow, what are you saying? They go see us here. We're easy targets. Let's see. Listen, this is a cable car. Jesus, this is a cable car. Look, I'm not gonna lean out too much. There's a camera there. It's broken. It's pointing down. Look. This is an old cable car. Actually, I'd say chairlift that goes all the way up to the top of the mountain if you can see it in focus. All of this is still abandoned. Damn, there's someone over there. Let's go. They're not running. They saw us, but they saw us. Yeah. Someone who lives next to this or maybe inside saw us. And we're gonna leave without running. But we're leaving, just in case we get into trouble now. Watching the footage, I couldn't see the man Jesus was talking about, but if we analyze the scene closely, you can see there's a camera on the house that's way too new. And now, if we switch to satellite view, we can clearly see there are cars parked right next to the house, which leads us to think that even though the place is abandoned, there's still at least some kind of surveillance. But who was the person who entered the museum while we were inside? Well, there's a high chance that the man Jesus saw was the same one who came in to check or make sure no one was inside, and luckily he didn't come up to the floor where I was. We left there without rushing, but without stopping either, still shaken up, and from the safety of the other side of the fence, we said goodbye until our next trip through time.